Hi all, my name's Hannah and I'm the C5 Nut. Well, today it's just me. Stacey isn't with me, no! Unfortunately, Stacey's grandmother passed away, so she's ended up going back to Wales. So, yeah, so she's gonna, at the end of the day, you know, family's more important than, you know, whatever show. But, you know, half of me wants to go to Wales, and half of me's like, we've been planning this for like a year. I gotta do what I gotta do. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm currently somewhere on the M1 at a service station, and it's basically Wednesday. Going to see Robert and his lovely wife, and I'm up there for about tomorrow, and then tomorrow all four of us or three of us, whatever, flipping, we're going to Leeds to stay at another friend's place, to get ready to pick up the keys on Friday, for this bloody car show slash wedding event thing. I wanted to bring the C5 caravan, but I noticed it's either the wheel bearing or a buckled wheel. I just didn't really have a lot of time to deal with it, so all I've done is just drove my van. Yeah, it was just drive the van. So I've been on the road for about 2.5 hours. I've got another about hour and a half to go, and the weather is pouring down with rain. I mean, look. Yeah, it's wet out there. Strangely enough, it only started when I hit the M1. All the way from sort of Andover all the way to the M1, it was just nice and sunny, but as soon as you hit the M1, that was it. Pissing down with rain. Joys. Anyway, let's get the show on the road. So there's one other thing before we get the show on the road. Robert's Silver C5, the 53 plate, phoned me up last week saying that he wants to get rid of it. Apparently there's a lot more issues with the car, like really bad issues. So that's the other, well, basically that's the other reason why we're going up. I've spoken to my dad, and my dad turned around and said we need to get the car. So if we're going to keep it as a car or as a parts car, we haven't really decided at the moment. So I'm going to go up and then assess about what we're going to do with the C5. But by what Robert was saying, I got a feeling it's going to be a parts car. There's quite a lot of rust. I got quite a few major issues. Oh, I don't know why I got hiccups. Yeah, so quite a few issues. So we are going to see if we can do a deal. So, right, the weather has stopped, so let's crack on.
Right. How are we looking, Hannah?
Well, I don't know, mate, but I don't think that cushion's quite in there properly. I think you might need another good cushion.
I think we'll be alright at that. No, I think we're fine at that.
You reckon?
Yeah.
So,
although this iron is worrying me, because I could do with getting some else down there actually, I think.
mate, for the benefit of the video, what actually have you got in here?
So we've got DJ equipment, we've got speakers, we've got lights, we've got the truss bar, we've got decorative Orbeez in a bloody water cooler container. We've got 6 traffic cones. We've got all the shit for the trailer tent plates, etc. We've got 6 or 7 crates of booze, 24 bottles of Bucks Fizz, 15 bottles of pop, a box of dressing up stuff, 2 boxes of glasses, kettles, mixers, induction hob. We've got all of the catering stuff, the glasses, the platters for serving on, napkins, seat covers. We've got 4 tables, 2 chairs. No, make that 3 chairs because there's a folding chair in the roof box and all. And we've got a clothes rail.
And a clothes rail.
And to top it off, we've also got all the bedding and the iron and 2 toolboxes and Sarah's dress, all of her stuff, all the decorative stuff for the wedding. And then we've got sweet carts, we've got all sorts of other shit in there, and that's all to be found out tomorrow, which I'm sure should be very enlightening.
Yeah.
But everything's really light, we're all within legal restrictions for weight.
Right, that's full. It really is full.
You are?
That's full. Go that way, okay.
What's that?
I've just seen the sign that says go that way, so I was like, okay. That's nuts.
Is that good? You like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, we've got the iron, well,
Trailer's quite full
at
as
a
well.
wedding, this is the most important thing. And a full-size ironing board, which is on the trailer tent. Oh, and a foam mattress. Oh, and the awning for the trailer tent.
Oh my days. And just to give you a rough idea on how high the trailer box is, look at that. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Sorry for the noise, there's a guy over there mowing some lawn. Well, yeah, so we've left Robert's place. We end up going to another mutual friend of ours called Ben, and we're currently at his place. So the trip took, well, it should have taken about an hour and 45 minutes, and TwatNav took me around the wrong way, so it took me just over 2 hours. Robert's currently dropping off the bride and the the bridesmaid to their hotel, so yeah, he should be here fairly soon. I end up taking some bits out of his car, like the traffic cone, the toilet, well, his toilet, a bloody great big tent thing, and a bloody great big cool box. Yeah, it was really manic yesterday, really was manic, and he only literally put the cool box, switched the cool box on like I think about half an hour before we left. So I ended up having the cool box because obviously I got the inverter on the van, so while I was driving it was just cooling itself down. It's got cheese and milk and God knows what else. Yeah, my van's a bit of a mess at the moment. I'll quickly show you. That's that bloody great big trailer, that tent thing. That's his toilet. And that's that bloody great big cool box. Yeah, that's plugged in. This is our friend's place called Ben. Ben's actually kindly let me plug my van in. Yeah, he's let me plug my van in, obviously just to keep the cool box cool and recharge my batteries. Yeah, we've got traffic cones, we've got all sorts of stuff, and I've only just been told this morning Ben's got some bits that he wants me to put in, so I think I'll do that probably tomorrow morning, and then just pile it in there and we can then go. But good old van, absolute love this van. She's done so well for herself, she really has. I think we've done close to about 300 miles in just Well, mind you, I was a bit annoyed with sat-nav, so I kind of floored it a little bit, but she took a little bit more diesel than normal because of that. So on average, I would have got here just over half a tank, but because of SatNav, and I was quite angry, it's now below half a tank, and that's about 300 miles. So thank you very much to Catalina. You absolutely love this. Oh my days, I love this van. Yeah, if you come across a van, especially in a scrapyard, if you think you can do all the work, go for it, because like I said, I've had this van for coming up for 2 years, and yeah, I rescued it from scrapyard. She's only just turned over for 210,000 miles, and it's not bad for a 1.3 JT engine. Absolutely lovely. Right, well, I'm going to go and do some editing, and there's one thing you guys didn't know. I've now got a cooker. Actually, all this pops out. So I've got an oven with grill, I've got a fully working tap with the hob, and I'll just close this door a little bit. I've also got onboard gas system, so I can now go to a petrol station and fill up with gas. Obviously that does my cooking and all that stuff. Happy days. Right, let's crack on. Bit of a stopgap. I just mentioned that my van is a 1.3. It's not, it's a 2.3. Yeah, wonderful engine. So yeah, let's crack on. What could happen did go wrong. Robert's come back and the C5 seemed to have beached itself. Yeah. What happens when you overload a C5? It blows its sphere. Driver's rear sphere is completely shot. Yeah. So, what we're going to do today, I do not know. We're just going to have to try and jack it up and see if we can somehow modify it and do something. Right. So.
Ooh.
So we're going to need to go and get... Mate,
What?
what's going on?
What do you mean, what's gone on? The fucking C5 pissed itself. That's what happened. It saw 200,000 miles approaching and it pissed itself all over Ben's Road.
The position has been adopted.
Is it? It's been what?
Back on position.
What do you mean? Oh, it's on its arse. Should we go and have a look and see how much on its arse it is?
Yeah, come on then, mate.
I mean, obviously we're not putting this on until after the wedding because Sarah can't...
No. Yeah, so obviously...
Oh my, hello C5. It looks like Donald Duck.
Donald Duck? Who the fuck?
Look at it, look. Oh my goodness me.
Oh, mate.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, so ladies and guys and whoever is watching this, that's what kind of happens when you get suspension issues.
Well, actually, the rear ram's corroded and it's chipped off where the seal's pressed against it, and it's just blown the corrosion out and pissed its fluid everywhere.
Yeah.
Hasn't it, really? Basically.
And
we're in vain hope that we're going to get a hire car. Hi.
do you want to know what's even funny? Shall we tell them?
What? Because I don't know what you're on about.
Well, what's going to happen with this?
Oh, that's going to Hannah.
So basically...
Hannah's got another C5 that she already had before again.
Basically, I bought a lemon.
Hey, wait a minute.
A lemon that likes to sit on the floor.
I bought it from you in December.
You didn't buy it from me, you bought it from a friend of mine.
You were a third party, yes.
I was a third party, yes.
So he hasn't shut it very well since I sold it to him the year before.
Well, mind you, you sold it to Richard, and then Richard then sold it back to you.
And now you're buying it back off me.
And then I'm buying it off him.
I think we should follow the trail up the road and see where it actually spewed out.
Okay, let's go for a little walk then. Right, so obviously it's blood.
Somewhere up there, but it looks like a trail.
Well, you never know, mate. We might find the other side of the sphere. Oh, hang about. It seemed to be drip, drip, drip.
I told you that it pissed itself. Do you think we'll be able to find the bit that blew up?
I don't know. Drip, 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 drip.
Oh, look. That's where I stopped to talk to Ben. Because he came down the road and I was reversing. So, hey, did it happen? Because I pulled in here, went forward and reversed out.
Yeah, I'm following the line. Yeah, you're sort of like...
it's blown there.
No, yeah, but it's drip, 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 drip.
No,
and you must have
a few times got trail on, didn't I?
But look.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, that's true. Oh, it's blown there.
Literally,
so that'll have been as I turned and put the brakes on.
Literally, it started here.
I wonder if we can see the bit that's...
Well, it could be up the road somewhere, couldn't it? Is that it?
Or is that a stone?
That looks like a stone.
Oh,
I was saying that, hang about. No, hang about, look, there's another mark.
Oh, what? Oh, maybe it should blow there. Oh, okay. How long has this been going on for?
It seemed to have stopped here,
Okay.
but that might be drip, drip.
Okay, so it didn't start when... Okay.
Now the drips are sort of coming in far between.
That's like a bit of progressive. Oh no, look, you can see the line, look, it goes right up there, look. It's literally right up the fucking road.
Mate, that goes all the way down to the bottom.
Oh mate.
I think it may have gone like a good 4, maybe 5 miles.
I think it probably went while we were on the moors. The
Probably,
moor roads. Yeah.
probably, yeah.
You're right. Apologies for the line in the road. I said apologies for the line in the road. My car's suspension blew up. It's got a C5, so it's got hydrogen suspension.
So that's the...
Yeah.
In the side of the ram.
It likes to leave its mark, you know.
It weed everywhere. we were seeing if we could find out when it actually blew, but I have a feeling it blew coming over the moor. Oh dear. Fucking hell. I don't know. I wonder how it kept pressure in it then.
Well, it's probably used up all the fluid in the reservoir.
Yeah. I didn't notice that it was on its arse. It was so full of stuff. Traders on the back. Probably didn't notice.
Nah.
I thought something smelled funny. That has really made a mess. That's properly made a mess.
Jesus, it's like X marks the spot sort of thing.
It literally looks like a dog that's marked its territory. Oh goodness, that is amazing.
Oh God. Yeah. I'm looking at the front end of the car and it's like, oh, I'm in so much pain. Oh. Yeah. Well, what can I say? Apart from, look at all that fluid under there. Yeah, I kind of bought a lemon. Thanks, Robert. This morning the car was absolutely fine, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to say. Right, so my plan for this car is it's going to be the parts car. I've got quite a few other C5s that need spares. I'm going to send it down to storage, or we're going to get it recovered back down to Southampton. We're currently up in Leeds at the moment, so that's going to be Robert's going to get it recovered. But shame. Yeah. I bought a lemon. Literally, a lemon. Citroën C5 SX 2003 2 litre HDI with its arse on the floor. I missed the C5. He's just looking. So this is Ben's car. Pure electric, soul. I like the colour, you know, the blue and the white. Interesting front grille. Yeah, it's not as comfy as the C5, but it's giving me ideas though. Take all the electrics out of this and shove it in the C5. Oh my days. That's a little thing, isn't it? So that does all your 12 volt side of things.
12 volt things and
yeah,
high voltage cables.
Yeah, that would be roughly where the fuel tank would have been. Yeah, nice. It's got like electric solenoids for the old
cooling.
Yeah.
Cooling system and yeah.
Nuts. That's nuts. Well, update. So we still haven't got a lot done. It's coming up for 9 o'clock on a Thursday evening down at Enterprise, which, shout out to you guys in Enterprise, Bradford Way. Yeah. So Robert is now getting a rental van from his breakdown company. So we're currently somewhere, haven't got a clue where. Yeah, just in Enterprise. And yeah, we're here for another half an hour. It's going to take us another possibly half an hour, 45 minutes to get back. So supposedly we're going out for curry, so it's Bradford's special piece, you know, curry, whatever. So not entirely sure what's going to happen, but that burger bar across the road there is I'm quite tempted to go across. Yeah, we haven't eaten since this morning, and anyway, I'll come back later. Here we go again, guys. First van. It's got scratches all over it. Because there's a high chance that Robert may end up coming back down to Southampton with me to pick up his other car. Yeah, his other car is in storage with me. So the plan is we get the C5 recovered down to Southampton, and then obviously Robert will drive his DS back. But because he's sorting out a deal with Enterprise, there's a chance that he might be able to drive the van down to Southampton and drop it off down there, which would be better, really. Yeah, they're really particular of what damage is on their van. So if you do have a van that's got a load of damage from them, you would have to take it back to obviously where you got it from. But because there's a chance that this van's going to go down Southampton, they want to make sure it's all pristine. So, which is understandable. We all got to do what we've got to do, but if it's not one, it's something else, isn't it? And how bad was the damage on that Volkswagen?
Not too bad, really, but
The back bumper was...
It's been driven into something, or something's
Yeah.
driven into it.
And now he's got a Vauxhall Veravo.
I think that's a disease.
Yeah, well, anything's a disease, isn't it? So basically it's a Peugeot, it's just with a Vauxhall badge, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, nice sort of size.
Made in Britain.
Made in Britain. Lovely. Sure that's not just some sort of label that is just stuck on the back just to make it look like. Yeah, running games. Right, I just want to say back on this. Right, so last year when Robert and Sarah legally, legal ceremony and all this stuff, right, his DS3 broke down, broken coil spring, and it rained during the ceremony. And what happens this year? The full whack. Oh yeah, his tent got damaged, that's right. And then this year, he's pushing the boat out, he's trying to do everything he can to make a wonderful... Let this motorcycle go. There we go, he's gone. Right, so obviously this year, because of lockdown and all this stuff, he just basically wants like a lot more people turning up, which is understandable. It's his big day. And overloads, I know, Robert, if you're going to watch this, yeah, you're going to be saying, no, it's not overloaded. Well, let's be honest, the C5 was overloaded, and when I suggested about taking all the stuff out of the C5 to in my van, you said my van would be then overloaded. My van is like it's got 5-ton leaf springs on it, so technically it wouldn't be overloaded. But if you're saying that the contents in the C5 would then make my van overloaded, then clearly the C5 was overloaded, if that makes any sense to anyone. Yeah, so obviously this year, car trouble, and according to the weather forecast, it's going to rain tomorrow. Bit of deja vu going on here, don't you think? God, I hate weddings. I really do. They're just... it's not my own wedding, it's somebody else's wedding, and yet it's stressful as fuck. Yeah.